So this is the recap for livestream 338, and today we had a positive day in terms of P&L. It doesn't completely explain the day because there were certainly some challenges early on and throughout the day. We did have FOMC, which added a degree of volatility to the market, and it worked both in my favor and against me. Overall, in my favor. So we'll have a look at gold. I think gold gave us the most difficulty today. So we came into the market. One of the changes we decided to make was we used the exact same strategy that we were using before. And with that strategy, previously we were counter trend trading that strategy. Today we decided to go with the trend, and somewhat worked out today. Also, one of the changes did make, I looked at my trading statistics and I saw where the average losers were for my per instrument over the past couple of weeks. I see what the average losers were, and I decided to set those as the targets, and it worked out to an extent today. So we can see here, I think I didn't get my full fill here. Went long here. Prices came down and I took it off. Seems like I went short. Reversed the position, went long. Managed to take profits. Long here. Seems to have got out of that position there as we closed back below. Seemed like we might have false breaked out, so took it off, went long again, added to that position, took profit, long again, took profit. So going in line with the trend in these triangles, and ultimately the market about 1 Eastern Standard starts to go into a bit of a range before the FOMC. So I decided to just take a break away from the charts. The FOMC came, now went in full size here. Thought we could see the move up just after the FOMC announcements, the interest rate announcement. Went long, used the designated stop. Prices came down. It was a pretty big stop. I think I was risking about 109, maybe 110 on this trade. So it was a huge amount of risk. Prices came down and eventually I was stopped out, all the contracts there, for a fairly big loss over on gold. So it was certainly disappointing. After that, prices did come back. Had this set up here long. Thought we could see, there weren't anything because we're breaking to new lows. One of the things I decided to do today was try buying near the low of day and selling near the high of day across all three instruments. So went long here and ultimately got a pretty good fill there actually. Bought it on the way down, prices went up, managed to take profits, and that was pretty much it for all the trading over on gold. There were obviously some other opportunities. This trade here would not have worked out. That would have been a painful loser. This trade would have worked out and probably have to wait for a pullback. This trade may have been stopped out again. So there were a couple of trades I did avoid, but it wasn't great on gold. Next, I'll have a look here at ES. So again, on ES, the range was fairly small coming into the day, but had a market set up here. I was a bit concerned about taking this short, and the reason I was concerned was we were at the low of day, prices came up, came down, and it seemed to want to consolidate a bit. So went short. I didn't like the price action, so got out early. So went short there, got out early. I just didn't like the fact that prices were being held up just below these lows here. Good decision on my part, and so I had to wait. I had to wait in the market as we went through this range in the build up to the FOMC. Then prices came down, pitched this bearish signal, I was a bit concerned about taking it because we just broke through the higher day. We had new regular trade in our highs. So I waited. Ultimately, I placed my order there and I was filled. Not all the contracts. Target was hit on that ES trade. After which, down here, as we were making new lows in the day, went long and the target was hit there, and that was pretty much it for my ES trades. Wasn't at the charts for this late move into the close over on ES and over on NQ, where most of the trading was done, the most volatile of all the instruments I look at. And we can see here, similar to the ES trade, both instruments seem to trade in sync with one another. I went short, didn't like the price action. This one held it a bit longer till I got the signal to get out, so I took the signal off. Did I change script? Yeah. So I got out, then went long. Target was hit. What's going on with TradingView? Right here, I think I went long again and I took it off. Yeah, went long here, took it off. It wasn't really a true setup, so took it off right there. Went long through here, took a loss through here. Thought we could have seen the continuation to the upside, took a loss. Went short, took profits. Had to wait for the FOMC. Went long on this signal. Eventually the target was hit. Similar to the trade over on ES. Got a short setup, decided to take it. Thought there was some room down towards the FOMC announcement lows here. So took the short. Target was hit. After that, saw prices seem to be struggling to head higher, being bought up, then being sold. So went short again. Went short a bit more contracts than normal. And target was hit. Let's see what else did we do here. Here came in towards the lows. So this was a bit of risky trade here, considering the pullback, because it was a risk of the market turning around. So took the trade anyway, went short, managed to get to target before prices reversed to the upside. Got a long signal as we're near the low of day. Decided to take that, managed to take profits. Decided to end trading for the day there. I did not take any trades into the close. And as we can see into the close, we had the market rally to 300 points, making new highs on the day in the final 15 minutes or so of the market. We'll have a look at the account. You can see here, started the day, took quite a lot of trades actually. Started the day around, what is that? Is that right? I guess so. Started the day with a balance around the 251. Didn't start the day well with the early losses over on NQ. Lost 49,750 there. And a smaller loss on ES of 9,375. So the day didn't start out well. Break even on gold. After which started to build the trades back. Had a profitable trade there on NQ. A break even on gold. Another win there on gold. Let's see. Should have a loss in here somewhere. Yep. Small break even-ish loss on NQ. Normal size win there on gold. It's an acceptable loss of 15 on NQ. Break even. Break even. One of these break evens was me second guessing the strategy. The trade here would have ultimately worked, so this trade should have been a bigger winner. Another break even over on gold. Bigger win. So medium sized win. This is the huge loss I took following the FOMC. I lost 110 there on gold as the market reversed. And didn't try to make it all back in a single trade. Just stuck with the default and take profits. ultimately got a lot of slippage on one of those trades, and it paid off quite well for me. This trade right here on NQ was a short, quite a bit of slippage on that, and it worked in my favor. You can see smaller wins here in alignment with the overall strategy using the average loss over the past couple of weeks. What we'll do now is we'll have a look at the trade performance. So as we can see on the trade performance, again, I seem to be taking a lot of trades here. Took 22 trades. Overall P&L, we're looking at 131.25. So finally got a 100 plus day. We've got 15 wins, 7 losses for 68%. As you'd expect with a high win percentage, the average loss is bigger than the average win. Seems to be how it goes pretty much. 73%. So most of my accuracy today has been on NQ, responsible for 143.250. So actually greater than the total P&L on all the instruments. So I had a pretty good read of NQ today. We can see here the average win on NQ 26, average loss 22. So the average win being bigger than average loss, plus a good win percentage. Good metrics right there. Overall on ES, 67% wins, 67% win percentage, 2 wins, 1 loss. Was profitable on the instrument overall at 31.875, and the average win being greater than twice the size of the average loss. So the metrics on ES and NQ, these metrics are pretty good. Now this is where the account was somewhat impacted by that larger loss over on gold, that 110. So that brought the average loss down to minus 40 and the average win being 18. So obviously it's pretty easy to calculate that the average win is less than half the size of the average loss. So if it was 20, it would have been better. It wouldn't have been great either way. But we're looking at minus 40 and 18. So those are poor metrics right there. We can see we did have good win percentage there at 63. 5 wins, 3 losses. But the average win and the average loss, what really took a toll on the account. And we can see overall on the instrument we're down 27, somewhat offsetting the gains over on ES. So pretty much break even across those two, and after that we're looking at the gains on NQ. So we'll come back tomorrow. I'll stick with trading with the trend of the strategy. I'll continue to use the average loss per instrument as the guide for taking profits, and I'll see. Of course, the results today may be just nuanced and primarily a result of the volatility provided by FOMC, but time will tell. Time will certainly tell. Thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.